So we're going to go ahead and get started. I've got Trevor and Christian here with me today. Christian's playing his favorite Tommy Muldoon. I'll be playing Diana Stanley, and Trevor will play Lily Chen. Alright, first thing we got to do is input on the app what we want the app to do. So we have to choose our different characters. So like I said, we've got Lily Chen. Oh, this is alphabetical by first name. So Diana Stanley, Lily Chen, and Tommy Muldoon. You'll hit gain starting items. It'll tell you what items you need to look for in the item deck. So we'll look through the item deck now. For fine clothes, a lucky rabbit's foot, painkiller, and a razor. Let's see here. This is the hard part about this, is I wasn't able to set all this up beforehand. Let's see. Painkillers and fine clothes. I missed the fine clothes. Gotta start over. There we are. Okay. And then we also start with a spell, the poison mist spell. So the way spells work in the game is there will be several different versions of the spell. You'll shuffle up and choose one, and the backs of each of the spells are different, so you don't get to see what's on the back of your spell until you try to cast it. And then you'll get a new version of the spell, so it'll be constantly changing what the consequences of using that spell are. Then Tommy gets his special gun, Becky. Get an old journal. We have an oil lamp. Christian says that we're going to instantly drop that lamp because he's been burned before. Pun very much intended. And then each investigator begins play with 2 clues. So, you get this conglomeration of items, and then you have to divvy them up amongst the investigators. So clearly, Tommy will get Becky. And then, if Trevor and Christian are okay, I'm going to take the poison mist because I have 5 lore. And then we could give Lily a razor, but Lily Chen is also incredible at attacking unarmed. So should I just take the razor? They say yes. Alright. And then, let's see. Who's our least influential? We've got fine clothes. Should we give them to the least influential or the most influential to make them better? You get 1 extra die. So.
Where do we all see?
So Trevor is at 3, Christian is at 4, and I am at 3. Let me swap back over to the characters.
Well, if I'm going, but someone needs to up. I don't know if I feel like I'm
Well, there's still more stuff we can get you, but okay, that's fair. Alright. Okay, here's our character board skin. Alright, we'll give Lily Chen some fine clothes. Tommy's got Becky. Who wants the oil lamp? Here, we'll give Lily Chen a lucky rabbit's foot too. Alright, I'll take the oil lamp, I'm not afraid. We'll give the cop the old journal. And then the painkillers let you discard 1 face down damage and 1 face down horror. So I vote either the martial artist or the cop. Alright. he'll be tanking for us, hopefully. So, all right, and then we also all started with 2 clues. So the way that clues work is certain actions will allow you to spend them. A lot of the times when you roll dice, there will be blank results, elder sign results, which are successes, and then there's clue results, which you can convert into a success. And maybe if I can turn this right, there we go. If you spend a clue. So, all right, we're going to continue setup here. All right, so we're going to begin the scenario. So first off, there will be a little story. I guess I'll turn it up.
As you step off the bus into the small Massachusetts town of Innsmouth.
I don't know if anyone
Everywhere
can
you
hear
go,
that.
you can feel the gaze of the locals' unblinking, watery eyes on your back. In every alleyway, on every street corner, you can feel the presence of the stooped, pallid residents following you, watching from a distance. You came to the coastal town at the behest of Professor Harris, a mutual friend, who asked you to gather information on the lineage of the Marsh family. However, after only half a day walking the streets of Innsmouth, all you can think about is leaving the town and its unnerving residents far behind you. You check both the bus and the train, but strangely, both have stopped running. As the sun begins to set, you come to a frightening realization. You are trapped in Innsmouth. You rent an hotel room under a false name and resolve to hole up until morning. With the door to your room securely latched, you're finally safe from the prying eyes of the locals. Or so you think.
Alright, so that's our story. If you didn't catch it, I'll sum it up. We're in this super creepy town called Innsmouth. Those of you who have read any H.P. Lovecraft are probably familiar with it. And we're trapped. The bus has stopped running, the train has stopped running, and we are trapped in a hotel. We gotta figure out what is going on and how to get out of here. So, with that, I will hit continue. Alright. Yes, Christian wanted me to let the viewers know that we have tried to escape Innsmouth since 2015 on multiple occasions and never have. So, hopefully this will be a first tonight with all of you. Alright, so first things first, we have to set up street number 2. Now bear with me, because I have to sort through a host of tiles to find these things all by my lonesome. This is normally Christian's job, but it says the hotel you found is a ratty hole in the wall on the back streets near the shore of the town. While I was gathering these tiles. Alright. Outside the hotel, the street stretches up the hill toward the center of the town. Place a site token is indicated. The street continues to the east past the storefront. Place a site token is indicated. To the west, the street narrows into an alley that stretches along the side of the hotel. Place a site token is indicated. Dim light fills the tiny hotel's interior hall. The hotel has only 2 rooms for rent. Place the interior hall tile. A door and a wall is indicated. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Reb Cage. Okay. Got this here. Where are my doors? There they are. Alright, there's a wall here. That's another cool thing about the game is it has like modular tiles that you can add doors to on different edges to change up how you use those tiles. Let me give you guys an overhead view. So this is probably better. There we go. Alright, so I will continue on with the app. 3 other doors lead out of the hall. One door leads to a side alley, and the other 2 are marked number 1 and number 2. You check your room key. You will be staying in room number 1. So we're putting explore tokens out here, right here. Alright, so. Oh, I almost used an unpainted Diana Stanley mini. I'm so embarrassed. I can't have us mismatch. Alright, so we're all over here in the room. You cram into your room and find it furnished by a lone bed with threadbare sheets and a bookshelf that holds 2 yellowing tomes. Letting the situation sink in, you pace nervously around the confines of the small room. Place your investigator figures as indicated. Moonlight spills in through a dingy window. Or is that dingy? Probably dingy. Looking out toward the docks. Place a search token as indicated. And then you glance over what little research you have managed to gather on the Marsh family thus far. The investigator holding the old journal can review the gathered evidence by interacting with it in the app. Alright, we have another explore token right here. Everyone in the room jumps as you hear the sound of a door handle jiggling. Someone outside is trying to open the locked door. Place an explore token as indicated. Alright, and then your eyes dart around the room, stopping at the only other door, which leads to the back hall and bathroom of the hotel. Place an explore token as indicated. Alright, and that is the end of setup and beginning of the investigator phase. So, we can take turns in any order that we want. So, who wants to go first? The only what? Sorry, Troy. Oh no, I'm a woman. Yeah, what does that have to do with anything? Oh, I gotcha. I mean, you can go first. What would you like to do, Lily Chen? Okay, do you want to explore towards the noise that we heard from outside or into the bathroom? Okay, sounds good. Oh, you're doing the question mark? Okay, cool. We're gonna go back into the app. Alright, sounds good. So a dingy window looks out over the docks. So he's taking a search action. You struggle to see through the dense fog, but you believe you see a small fishing boat out in the bay. As long as the captain of that boat is not in league with the locals, that could be your ticket out of this town. You will need to find a way to contact the boat. Gain 1 clue, then discard this token. Okay, you have 1 more action. Explore to the east, he says. Let's hit it. The second door to your room leads to the hotel's back hall and shared bathroom. So he's exploring. Behind your hotel room, a cramped hallway leads to the hotel's public bathroom. Place the bathroom tile and discard all explore tokens. Alright. Found it. Here we are. Oh, thanks. We are playing the Innsmouth, Escape from Innsmouth scenario, Ben. Thanks for asking. Alright. An end table sits in the corner of the hall. Place a search token as indicated. And then a worn door leads into the shared hotel bathroom. Place an explore token as indicated. I mean, I thought you were. You just cracked the door. Okay, so opposite the bathroom is a heavy door marked Henderson's. Place an explore token as indicated. So then Trevor can move one space into the room. Would you like to do that, Trevor? Okay. No, that's part of... No, because he looked outside the window and then he opened the door, so... Alright. Yeah, so you're in the hallway right now. Let me switch it back to the overhead to show Trevor is now over there on that right side of the board. Alright. Christian, do you want to go or do you want me to deal with the door? Maybe I'll deal with it so you can shoot anybody who's left over. Okay. So. Alright. So I am going to go ahead over here and open this door. Oh, let's see. And what is my special ability? Diana Stanley says if she would suffer 2 or more horror, I suffer 1 fewer horror instead. So, alright, so you put your ear to the door. You can hear the raspy breathing of someone on the other side trying to open the lock. I have 3 options here. I can say who is there, I can throw open the door, or I can barricade the door. I believe I am going to... I'm tempted to barricade the door. Alright, I'm doing it. So, looking around the room, your eyes fall, let's see, on the small bookshelf. You pick it up and slam it against the door. Discard this explore token, place a barricade. Alright, the rattling stops and you hear a gurgling voice from the other side of the door. You will never escape. Give up now. A moment later, the local begins banging at the door, attempting to break through. Spawn a Deep One hybrid as indicated. Then the Deep One hybrid attempts to move 1 space into the small bedroom. Hey, these guys are nasty. Nasty. Alright. No, they're pretty easy, Trevor. And I wish there was a way that we could get you guys heard in the Twitch stream, but did we? How did we do it? Let's see. I can go live. I will send a text to the big boss and see if he has any tips. Because I don't remember doing anything differently than I did last time, but... Alright, we got a dancing little Deep One hybrid here that doesn't want to stand all the way down, so... Okay, so he attempts to move in. So when a monster attempts to move through a barricade, he rolls, I think it's 2 dice. This is like one of the only times you actually have to look up rules in Mansions of Madness. It's barricades. Let's see. Let's see, it says it's the red value at the bottom. Okay, cool, so it's 2. Alright, so yeah, it's just 2, and then I think they have to get 2 or more successes, so this is pretty effective against this guy. Alright, so we're going to roll 2 dice here. He got 1 success and 1 clue, so we are good for now. Alright. Okay, so that was my first action. I think my second action is I'll just step through here with Lily. So I am done. Christian is up. What you got, Christian? Okay, into the bathroom. So you're moving in and then exploring the bathroom? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, we'll switch back to our app here. Worn door leads to the hotel's only bathroom. You open the door to reveal a dingy bathroom. Just like that dingy window. Alright. As you look around the filthy bathroom, you spot a ratty newspaper sitting on the tank of the toilet. Place a search token as indicated. And then a panel on the opposite wall looks like it could lead to the other side. Place and explore. Did you want to move into the bathroom? Alright, sweet. So, this is the end of round 1. So, go back to the app here. Oops, no, don't touch that, Jordan. Alright, we'll take it into the mythos phase. Okay, tiny burning motes drift from the sky. This mythos event affects the investigator in an outdoor space with the lowest agility. So luckily none of us are outdoors. So the Deep One hybrid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. So he has to roll again. And he only got 1 success this time. So no investigators in this space. Each investigator has to do a horror check if we're in his line of sight or within range, which we're not. So then it's back to the investigator phase. Alright. So, who's up? Alright, Christian has chose to go first. What do you want to do? Okay, looking at the newspaper. Alright, a copy of the Innsmouth Tribune sits on the toilet's tank. It is over 10 years old. You skim through the paper. Observation. So Christian's observation is 4. And do you trust me to roll these dice for you? I don't know what choice you have. I rolled 2 successes and 1 clue. Did you want to spend your clue? You have 2 right now. Okay, he's going to spend a clue to get 3 successes. So, buried on page 8, you find an article about the Marsh family and their sudden inexplicable wealth. Gain the circumstantial evidence, unique item, and 1 clue. So he got his clue back, and we now have some circumstantial evidence. Not conclusive evidence, though. Alright, here we go. Circumstantial evidence. Alright, and then would you like to, you wanted to explore as well, right? Okay. And my little arms are not going to be able to reach that much farther. I'm readjusting our board state right now to make up for my short arms. Alright. For now, we can't see this beautiful. Alright, there we go. Okay, we're hitting this guy here. Alright, a panel in the wall. Looks like it can slide open. So, you push and slide the panel to the side. Discard this explore token. Place a secret passage as indicated. Alright. The beach extends across the entire back of the hotel between the two piers, its sandy monotony disrupted only by a forlorn shack. Place the beach as indicated, and discard any explore or site tokens leading to it. Sleeping Beauty? I'm not sure what she... No. Alright, Mr. Beach. Come out to play. Now we know what Trevor listens to on his downtime. Sleeping Beauty. Alright, here we go. An old rowboat sits on the beach. Place a search token. And a single panel in the wall seems to lead into the building behind the shack. Place the secret passage as indicated, then move your investigator to that space. Find the secret passage. There we go. Boom. Okay. Alright, we've got a site token on the far side of the beach. You see a dock holding a boat rental building. And then a door off the beach leads to a room behind the hotel. And finally, a pier rises at the edge of the beach. Place a site token as indicated. Alrighty. And that's all for you, right, Christian? Alright. Trevor, do you want to go, or would you like me to? Did we lose Trevor? Trevor? Alright, well I guess I will go ahead and go then. Let's see, what is this search token? An end table? I don't have time for end tables. I'm cracking this door. Try the lock, but the door is closed and the door is locked. After a moment you hear a voice from the other side say password. I'm going to force my way in. Take a step back and kick the door as hard as you can. Alright, I'm trying to kick in this door. This is probably not my best idea, but here we go. Yeah, we can hear you, Trevor. Alright, I did roll 2 successes. So the door frame around the lock splinters and the door flies open. The figure on the other side stumbles backward from the blow. Alright, the back area of the store is cluttered with boxes and crates. Place the storefront tile as indicated. Let me find the storefront. Found it. Excellent. Okay. And then the figure is sprawled on the floor, steel reeling from your assault. Spawn a cultist as indicated. Give me your little cultist. So many of these guys. All right. As the figure stands, you see blood drip to the floor from beneath the cloak. The cultist suffers damage equal to your test result, so he takes 2 damage. An old radio sits behind the front counter, quietly hissing static. Place an interact token as indicated. And then among the oddities, a box on display on the front counter catches your interest. Place a search token as indicated. And you notice a fire extinguisher mounted on the wall behind the counter. Place the fire extinguisher common item as indicated. And then finally, in a prominent glass case in the corner, a bizarre statue is on display. Place a search token as indicated. And then a small but heavy shelf stands near the door. You could use it to fortify the store should the need arise. Place a barricade as indicated. Alright, outside the store, an alley leading off the street wraps around the building. Place a site token as indicated. I can move into the room, which I will do so. And then for my second action, I'm going to poison mist this cultist. So, when you go to attack a monster in the game, you click on their portrait, hit the attack button, and then you say what you're attacking with. So right now I'm going to be attacking with a spell. And then it reads you a little story. So you begin the incantation as if by instinct, your lips forming to the words of their own accord. Even as you give voice to the Eldritch sounds, you struggle to understand the meaning. Alright, where's my 5th dice? Because I need all of them. Yeah, really though, I don't know where the 5th dice is. There we go. Okay. So I need to get 2 successes on this. And I got them. 2 successes. If you pass, the hidden truth presents itself and you find that you are able to command them to lash out at your enemy. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage. So that's 3 more damage, which is not enough to kill it. And then we'll pull the spell over here. So it says, gas billows from your upraised hands, and you cannot cease the spell. Suffer 1 face-down horror. Then the monster suffers 1 additional damage, and each other monster in your space or an adjacent space suffers 2 damage. So I did kill it. But I have to take a face-down horror. Alright. 1 horror for the cultist. And then I get another poison mist spell. Alright, so as the store owner crumbles to the ground, the dagger falls from her hand with a clatter. Place the ritual dagger common item in the cultist space. I think I want that. Ritual dagger. You roll 1 additional die while casting a spell with that, which is really nice. Alright, so that is it for me. Trevor is now up.
Where am I at?
Yeah, sorry. I'm still trying to figure out how I can get you guys to be heard. You what on him? Anyway, Trevor, you are on that top, or that like middle tile right here. So there's a dead monster here. You're right here, and this guy's still trying to get through the door.
Oh.
Christian, how did you say you connected stuff? Yeah. Interesting. Because I can like go live from Discord and stream, but I don't know what that does. Alright, what are you up to, Trevor?
I'm going to
I say trust the door. Because actually, at this point, he's going to try to come around, and I think I'm going to barricade this other door. And then you guys could just bail out the back end if you want.
I'm going to go to Innsmouth.
You're going where, sorry?
Oh, sorry, investigate.
The one that's on your space?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, let's go back to the app real quick. So Trevor's going to search this token here. An end table sits in the corner of the hallway. You dig through the content of the drawers looking for anything out of place. This is a lore test. Trevor has 3 lore. Rolling for you here. Alright, you got 2 successes and 1 clue. Did you want to spend your clue for a 3rd success, Trevor? Okay. Or one of your 3 clues, I should say. Alright, you find an old piece of paper at the top of the drawer. The strange script on it seems out of place indeed. Gain the forced learning spell. This would be nice for school, man. I mean, you can do it. It says you or another investigator within range may improve 1 skill of your choice, which improving them gives you a permanent +1 bonus to them. So you could just improve your own lore and then start rolling with that. You want to do that with your 2nd? Okay. And you're improving lore, you said? Alright, let me find these improvement tokens. So Lily Chen is forcing herself to learn. Alright, so we'll flip to the back side of it. It says, you feel greater than yourself as if you could do anything. Lore of 3. So now you get 4 dice. You need 3 successes. And I only rolled you 1 and 1 clue. But if you fail, the feeling soon fades. Flip 1 horror face up. So since you don't have any horror, you're fine. Alright. So that is all for us. And for the monster phase. Mythos phase. Yeah. I did, yeah. And we have headset audio right now, so. Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. So people have watched Twitch and confirmed that they can't hear? Or not? Oh, okay. Hey, I could ask Zach here. Hey Zach, can you hear us on the Twitch stream? Can you hear all 3 people?
I need to go pull up the Twitch stream.
Yeah, you're a pal, man. Alright, here's the mythos for this round. You notice too late that the ground is covered in a slick ooze. This mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest observation. That's going to be Lily Chen. I'm sorry. So Lily Chen, you struggle to keep your footing. Agility of 2. So you have 4 dice. Don't worry. Also, do you guys want to actually see the dice rolls? I realized that y'all can't see the dice that I roll. I could totally just be making stuff up. That didn't help at all, did it? You can't see anything. All right. Well, you got 2 successes and 2 clues. So. You just needed 2, so you are good. All right. So if you pass, you manage to keep your balance. All good. All right. This is the best part of the whole scenario. You hear the sound of approaching voices. Outside the hotel, a small mob of shambling locals is beginning to gather. They shout words at some indecipherable language at the hotel. Something tells you they are here for you. Discard the site token to the south of Street 2 and spawn a riot as indicated. This is the Innsmouth mob. It does not activate this round. Can you hear everybody?
You're reading that right now.
Oh, nice. Can you hear the people in the headset? Christian, you should say something.
Hello? I can hear a baby.
He says that he can hear a baby, which I guess is you. So I think people can hear us. Oh, that's Trevor's baby. Let's see, I don't know what this riot is supposed to look like. I think it's this guy here. Okay, so we can be heard on Twitch. Yeah, you guys are good. Yeah, you're fine. Man, I haven't touched this game since you moved out, Christian, and all the stuff we need, like the monster tiles, are on top of the bags, and it kind of spooks me, dude. It's like Cthulhu already orchestrated our demise. Alright. So it's right here. More people from the town continue to join the ever-growing mob. Fighting so many people will prove difficult. You had better evade them. So the Deep One hybrid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. So he's coming out to the street. No investigators in the space. No horror checks. Back to us. Alright. Who would like to go? Yeah. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. You're in a shack. The boat's off to your right side. So the boat's over there. And then, yeah, the pier's that way. And yeah, you have to leave the shack before you can see stuff. You might want to... Okay. Which way do you want to go? No, I don't think so. I think we should take advantage of the mob not being up that direction. So... Okay. So, back to the app. Yeah, I don't know if you can interrupt an action with that or not, but we'll do, I can't remember if you can. I think you can, though. So at the end of the beach, there's a small step up to a wooden dock. An investigator in the beach can reveal the adjacent area. So, reveal. Alright, so the back of the building overlooks the sea on the eastern side. A long dock stretches out into the bay. Place the rental dock and dock 2 tiles. Maybe a rental dock here. Where is dock 2? Alright, a number of rowboats are stacked on the dock. Place a search token as indicated. And then small boat rental stand. Stands on the dock, but it looks to be closed for the night. Place an explore token as indicated. And then at the end of the dock, an unlit lantern hangs from one of the supports. Place a search as indicated. Okay. On the other side of the rental dock, an alley curves around the building and out of sight. Place a sight token as indicated. Alright, so that's it. Alright, so here's the board after that, Christian. So would you like to go right or left, Christian? Right? Towards the dock? Okay. Then you have one more action. I'm impressed that your memory carries that far. This scenario. It's fair. Okay. So it says, someone has left the light on inside the boat rental. You spot the rental logbook open on the table in the middle of the room. Place a search as indicated and discard the explorer. Alright. And then, did you want to go in? They're on the other side. Oh, you will? Okay. Okay. Alright. Trevor, did you want to go? Yeah, I just transitioned back to you. So you're right here. I'm right below you and Christian's up north. I'll go to the main overhead. So you're here, Trevor. Christian's up there. I'm right here. The mob's clear down here. So no one's really close. I mean, I guess technically I'm the closest one to the mob, but... No, a move action gives you 2 spaces.
Let's go ahead and move up to that.
The one on this side or the one over on that side? Right here? Okay. Cool. So that'll be your whole turn, because that's 2 actions. So. Alright. So now we'll zoom back in on Diana. I'm going to pick up all this stuff, because it seems good to have a fire extinguisher to go with my oil lamp. And then I believe I will search, or I'll try this wooden box. Actually, I'm scared that I need to barricade myself, so I'm going to go over here. So that'll be it. We shall go back to the app. Okay, Diana Stanley squints against even the weakest light, and the pain in her head throbs in time with her heartbeat. Strength of 1. Ooh, I rolled all blanks. If she fails, she clutches her head and vomits violently onto the ground. Diana Stanley suffers 1 face-down damage and drops 2 random items. Golly. Alright. I dropped the fire extinguisher and the ritual dagger, so that whole turn I just took is wasted. Alright, the mob of angry locals moves out of sight. Remove the Innsmouth mob from the board. And then the deep one moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. No investigators in the space. No horror checks yet. I mean, we're doing pretty good of keeping out of sight of these guys, so that's nice. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead real quick with Diana since I already know what I want to do. I'm re-picking up those items, and I'm barricading myself. Okay. Alright, which one of you guys wants to go? Okay. Okay, not the one that you're in. Oh. Oh, this guy right here. I see. Yeah, so it'll take you... actually, you can't even get there this turn. Because it'll take you 1 action to leave where you're at right now. And then another action to go there, and then another action to go all the way up there, so... Okay, sounds good. Alright, the logbook is full of neat handwritten notes concerning who rented which boat when. You search through the logbook looking for anything on the Marsh family. Alright, we're going to go to our exciting dice roll screen. You got 4 dice here. I rolled 2 successes and 2 clues for you. Would you like to spend either of your 2 clues? Oh, you know what? I forgot that Becky lets you re-roll a die every round. Did you want to just try that? Okay. Alright, that's 3 successes. You want to keep that? Okay, sweet. Alright, as you page back through the book, you find entries every single week showing a member of the Marsh family taking a boat out to Devil's Reef. Each entry has an annotation detailing strange and exotic treasures brought back on the return journey. Gain the incriminating evidence, unique item, and 1 clue. Man, the cop seems to be good at this evidence gathering. Alright, I think that was worth your time. Out of the shack, and then you have 1 more move. Where else do you want to go? Just there? Okay. Like to hear? Is that right? Okay, sounds good. Alright, Trevor's the last one. What should he do? Calling Lily Chen, paging Lily Chen. Bueller. Oh, Landon says you should mute your mic, Christian. I am unsure. Is it the fear of pretzels? Alright, should we collectively decide what Trevor should do? I feel bad, this is everyone's worst nightmare. Oh, did he? Not really, but hey, at least he's on, unlike Tyler. That's right, calling out Tyler on the internet right now. We missed you tonight. Alright, so there's an old rowboat that Trevor could check out. I'm going to take us back to the app screen for now. It says it will not be enough to escape in, but it might get you to the fishing boat in the bay. Oh, let's see. Trevor has texted me rowboat, and also Landon has provided an official definition of misophonia. There it is. From the chippies. Alright, Trevor's searching the rowboat. He brushed sand and dirt from the boat to check its condition. So he needs an observation test, which is only 3 for him. He should have forced himself to learn this. Already got 1 clue. He can re-roll with the Lucky Rabbit's Foot, which was also a whiff. Should we spend a clue for you, Trevor, or do you want to just completely whiff? What say you? Clue, he says. Nice. Alright. So he gets 1 success. You look over the boat and find nothing wrong with it. You quickly push it into the water only to find out the hole had been breached. The boat promptly sinks beneath the waves. Oh, goodbye, rowboat. Alright, second action. Would you like to... Oh, let's see. Let me take us back to the board. There's an explore token. Or you could also activate that sight to look over towards the street. Was that him coming back on or not? Okay. The door leads into a small room behind the hotel. The room is without windows or lights, and you strain your eyes to see inside. You can explore only if you have a light source. So he will have to refrain until my oil lamp comes up there. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this sight for him. Let's see. The dark shape of a pier looms above the beach. An investigator in the beach may reveal the adjacent area. So, waves lap against the shore as you look out behind the building. Place the pier tiles indicated. Discard all Explorer and Sight tokens leading to it. Yeah, we can hear you, Trevor. I need a pier. I need a pier. The all-time worst part of this game is searching for the tiles. I will freely admit that. It's a double tile, isn't it? Yeah. What is happening here? What is happening? There we are. Found it. Becca's going to have to do a full reorganize after this. She's going to lose her mind with how bad the tiles get put back away. Alright, a number of crates and barrels are grouped together. Place a search token as indicated. A waterlogged boat rots low in the water off the pier. At least you know this one's already rotting, Trevor. And then a snack stand sits on the pier. It's been hastily closed up. And on the far side of the building, you see an alley similar to the one you came through. Alright. With these new options, what would you like to do? It is no longer working if you're attempting to communicate with us. Alright, what's the community vote on his actions? So he could go into the snack stand, he could go over to some crates and barrels, or he could check out that rowboat. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, are you going for that? Are you bringing your lantern up here?
Yeah, I will eventually. Yeah. So I'll explore that thing. Look, man, I got stuff to check out in the Henderson store.
I should have known that.
Alright, so if you want the boat, you'll just have to chill there for now, right? Because you already searched this turn. Yeah. Okay. Back to the iPad. End the phase. Your hand begins to burn. This mythos event affects the investigator with the most items. Also, I'm getting some big feedback loop. I don't know who that's from. Okay, the object in your hand glows with heat and you instinctively drop it. Yeah, the feedback's gone now. So, you nurse your hand, which is now scarred by an agonizing burn. Suffer 1 face-down damage and drop 1 random item. Oh, let's see. I thought this was me, but this was actually Christian because of all his evidence. Okay, but what if you drop Becky? Okay, pick a number 1 through 5. The old journal, which is also probably important to get. A gun. Yeah, that's true. Alright. So then the deep one attempts to come in my space. Let's see the exciting roll over here. Gets 2 dice to enter. 1 die, or 1 success, so. Keeps beating his head against the door. Okay, and then a horror check, and then we're back to us. So, who would like to go? Okay, what are you up to? Okay, so you can't search it this round if you pick up the journal. But okay, also I can't reach the end of the pier. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright. So we're searching that. Okay. A large unlit lantern hangs from a creaking support. You can light the lantern only if you have a light source. So it didn't spend your action, so you could spend your other movement point to move back and then pick up the journal. Man, I know I didn't know how crucial my light was going to be. Should I boop it now? Alright. Right? Like, well, no, but like, it doesn't matter if we don't have enough evidence. I'm pretty sure. That's what my gut tells me, not my 6 tries of this scenario. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to, first of all, pick the lock on this display case for a bizarre statue, because that's going to be very important, believe me. Alright, so the case uses a simple lock. You pull out a pin and attempt to get it open. Observation. Holy smokes, guys, I am the worst. Spend a clue. I got one success. You struggle with the lock to no avail. I'll try it again. So I'm getting that awful feedback again, for the record. Oh my goodness, I got one more success. You unlock the case and the glass panel swings open quietly. You take the statue from the case. A tag hangs from the back of it that reads, "For sale by the Marsh family. Please contact for price. Gain the grotesque statue. Unique item." Ah, this is evidence. I knew it. And discard the search token. Alright, that's all for me. Trevor is the last one up. Did you want to look at the boat, sir?
Yes, I want to look at the boat.
Okay. A rotting waterlogged boat sits low in the water. Search. Perhaps you could use this boat to escape. Haven't you learned your lesson, man?
Yeah, I'm going to jump in a rotting boat.
You push back the tarp and look over the boat. That's observation. Alright, you got one success. Do you want to use your lucky rabbit's foot to reroll?
I might as well. I mean, that's put stuff on.
Okay, you still only got one. The boat is not seaworthy in the slightest. Did you want to look at it again for whatever's in there or not? Okay. You still think you can use this to escape? Alright, you got one success and 2 clues. Do you want to spend any of your clues?
Yes. How many do I need? As many as I need to succeed.
Well, I don't know how many you need to succeed on these ones. Yeah,
How many clues do I have?
you have 2.
Let's use those up.
Okay. You find something submerged in the water that fills the bottom of the boat. Gain the dynamite common item. Seems very exciting.
Oh yeah, there's nothing that pops up more than dynamite, alright?
Alright. So, as an action, you can light the fuse and toss the explosive, flip this card, and place it in a space within range.
I mean,
That's just the action you can do. It's an item that you hold on to. You thought you had to do it right then? Okay. Alright, so now we're down here in the investigator phase. You could not pinpoint when it crept up on you, but now a heavy apathy consumes your thoughts. This mythos event affects the investigator who has suffered the most horror. That's going to be me. Why fight these overwhelming forces? Nothing you do will ever make enough difference. Suffer 2 horror unless you discard 1 improvement. So I take 1 because that's my ability. So this one's not face down. So it's fervor. Become righteous, then flip this card face down. Heck yeah. Seems good for me. So righteous. Once per round, convert a clue to a success. When I suffer 1 or more horror, I discard that. Alright, the horde of shambling locals emerges into view. Place the Innsmouth mob as indicated. Right next to Trevor. The Innsmouth mob attacks the investigator in its space who suffered the least damage. No investigators. The Innsmouth mob grows still, dropping their heads in respectful silence and making way for a solitary figure emerging from their midst. Spawn a maniac in the Innsmouth mob's space. Alright, Trevor's got a maniac running at him with an axe. Find the maniac's token. Dude, you're not gonna waste the dynamite on a maniac. You're just gonna punch him in the face, man. There we are. Found the maniac. Oh, so the maniac chomps through barricades. Alright. Deep One Hybrid's gonna try to move into my spot. He has failed. The maniac is going to move for Trevor. And it attacks him. So the maniac approaches with confidence, smirking, then grabs you with both hands and attempts to overpower you. So you have to do a strength test with 2 successes. Alright, I just rolled 4 successes on that, Trevor. I don't know. If you pass, you shift your balance and hurl the lunatic to the ground. The monster suffers 1 damage. So now you have to do a horror check against the riot, though.
So, can we directly attack the mob, or...
You can, but it has... I'll tell you how much health it has after this. The riot begins to sing an unfamiliar anthem with raucous, violent lyrics. So for 2 horror, will plus 1 negates. So you have 4 will. And you got 3 successes, so you're good. Okay. They have... Oops, no, I don't want to do a horror check. Okay, I'll tell you once it goes to investigator phase how much health they have. They have 72 health, Trevor, so if you think you can do that, that'd be dope, but... I have no idea what dynamite does. I doubt it does 72 damage, though. Alright, who's up? I can go. Let me find my lady. Alright, so I am going to... Let's see, I can't remember what is over there. Wooden box with sliding panels. Alright, Christian, do you think I should hail the radio or not? Or use the radio? We have a lot of evidence already, though. Alright, well, I'm gonna go check out the sliding box. Okay. You take the box with you. Perhaps if you can solve the puzzle, the box will open. Gain the puzzle box unique item. Puzzle box. Puzzle box. I have a lot of stuff. Alright, so we can interact with that in the app. Okay, that's all for me. Back to the combat team. Trevor probably needs to punch his way out of this.
Yeah. What dynamite?
It's up to you.
I can't get to the mob.
No, but you can punch the maniac that's with you, and then you could hide in that snack shack.
Let's punch this guy.
Because they won't hit you in the snack shack, so...
Snapchat?
Yeah. Alright. Attacking unarmed. Your foe swings at you and you manage to catch its arm. You press down hard, forcing it against the joint. Strength of 1. So you roll 2... Oh no, let's see. If a monster would suffer 1 or more damage, it suffers 2 additional damage. So you roll 4 strength. You gotta get 1 success. You rolled 0 successes and 1 clue. So you can use that lucky rabbit's foot. And you failed. So if you fail, your enemy whirls around, wrenching its arm free of your grasp. So, do you want to try to hit it again, or run away? Alright. So, you study your opponent's weakness or movements. If you pass, you see weakness in the left knee and attack. So, it's observation of 2. Okay, you succeeded this time. So if you pass, the monster suffers 2 damage, which you will up to 4, which will leave it at 5 out of 6. So that was a rough turn for Lily Chen.
He's only got 1 left, or where am I at with him?
Yeah, he only has 1 life left, but you're out of actions.
I guess I'll just try to throw him to the ground next turn, too.
Okay, that is if you don't get trampled by a mob. Okay, Christian, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, like, if I step out, can I shoot him with Becky?
So you'd have to go up to here, this space, and then you'd be, or let's see. No, you could be in this space and shoot him, yeah. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Help my brother out, then I can shoot somebody.
We maybe should have had you do that first, but
It's true. But they didn't stop at me, so.
yeah. Alright. Attack with a firearm. You level your weapon and open fire, filling the air with lead. Agility of 2.
Please don't save my weapon.
Alright, you succeeded. If you pass, he suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage. So, he's dead. Alright, that's all. Okay, and then I think that's all for you. Let's see. You can finish off your movement if you want. Do you want to go over to that search?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Alright. Back to our app. A piping, haunting music echoes from everywhere, but only Tommy Muldoon can hear it. Tommy Muldoon suffers 2 horror. Lore plus 1 negates, which is 3 dice for you. I got 1 success, but you can reroll with Becky still. You got a 2nd success. So Becky talked you off the ledge. Alright, so the Innsmouth mob moves 2 spaces toward the beach. The horde brings with them anyone foolish enough to be swept up in the clamor. Each investigator who shared a space with the Innsmouth mob during this movement suffers 1 face-down damage, becomes stunned, and moves to the Innsmouth mob's space. Trevor is now here, and he is stunned. Which means he only gets 1 action during this turn. And then they're going to attack him. The riot charges at you in a fury, roughly tearing and grappling at your valuables. Strength with 2 successes. Okay, if you pass, you resist the worst of the savagery, suffer 1 face-down damage.
I suffered 1.
Yeah.
Is there an option, like, with diplomacy? Can I, like, join the mob?
No, not in this scenario. Okay, the Deep One Hybrid's still trying to break through into my store, and he still failed. Dude, these barricades are amazing. The Deep One Hybrid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Oh, he busted through finally. Gonna have to poison mist that piece of work. Alright, so I gotta do a horror check. The hybrid leans back and lets forth a series of echoing croaks. Gross. Will of 1. Man, I failed. Yeah. If If you fail, the worst part is that you think you can understand the words within the cacophony. Suffer 2 face-down horror. So I take 1. And then I'm not righteous anymore. Okay, and then Trevor's horror check. The riot begins shouting and breaking things at random in the area. The sound of shattering glass and shouting is joined by the crackle and roar of flame. Place fire in the monster's space. Then suffer 1 face-down horror. Will -1 negates. Yeah, Trevor succeeded. Alright, and then Christians. One by one, the crowd drags out one of their number and giggling murders their former ally while you watch. Suffer 3 horror. Will +1 negates. Alright. And apparently I either rolled no successes or all successes because you succeeded with 4, Christian. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that one, but I never read these to you guys when we played with Becca and Emily because they always got bugged. Okay. Who's up?
Where am I now?
You are...
Am I still where I was?
Yeah,
Or get sucked to the mob?
No, you're where the search token is. On that, up here in the right corner.
Okay. How about... Oh, I see now. Okay, I see it now. Okay, let's look down the street.
Okay.
Or did you want to go first and move the thing?
Oh, it's okay. I already did yours, so...
Okay.
Alley corner 1 and alley 1. You see a drunk old man slumped against a crate. I mean, I don't even know if we're going to finish, but I'm wearing out under these bright lights, man. Alright, and then a figure peers into the alley from a door leading to the adjacent block. And then another door leads to a tower that stretches high above the rest. Place and explore. Okay. And then what else? You still have 2 actions. So I didn't take 1.
Okay, I'm gonna move and explore the bell tower.
Okay. The door leads to a tower that stretches high above the rest of the nearby buildings. The door is secured with a tarnished silver lock, so you can't open it. You have 1 more movement still. And 1 more action. No, it didn't. You still have an action.
Okay. Talk to that little boy.
What a creep, Christian.
Just because I'm right there.
Just kidding.
There's an unruly mob out and a child's out on the streets.
A young boy peers into the alley from a side door. He seems to be curious about what all the commotion is about. You ask the boy for help. Influence. You got 4 dice. Will I roll 0 successes or 4? That's the question.
I believe in you.
2. Did you want to... You got a clue as well. Do you want to spend a clue? You have 3 right now.
Did I re-roll this round already?
You haven't yet. No. Do you want to try that first?
Yeah, let's re-roll 1.
Okay. It was a blank. So you still have 2 successes and 1 clue.
So use a clue.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I have just totally messed things up. I accidentally hit confirm with 0 successes and he ran away.
How dare you? give me my clue back.
Okay, I'll give you your clue back. Oh, that is the danger of Mansions of Madness. There's no undo button.
You would think after so long, like,
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess the reason they wouldn't is because they don't want you to just undo until you get, like, a perfect turn, but I don't know.
that's fair.
Anyway, yeah, I went to hit the plus button, and I slipped and hit confirm, so.
Dang it.
Well, that's awkward. Who's up next? I guess I can go. Alright, I will be attacking this Deep One hybrid with my Poison Mist. How do I want to attack him with? Yeah. So I get to roll an extra die. Oh, I use Will? That's terrible. You mouth the words of the incantation and motes of light begin to appear on your body. Soon every pore radiates a blinding purple light and you struggle to maintain control of the power, fighting to escape. Ooh. I rolled 2 successes. Two clues. So if you fail, the power bursts like a beacon upward towards the sky and disappears with a flash. Alright, you cough and sputter as you lose all control over the arcane magic. You and each other investigating your space or an adjacent space suffers 1 face-down damage. Then the monster suffers 1 additional damage, and each other monster in your space or an adjacent space suffers 2. So I did 1 damage to him. But now I need another Poison Mist, which I will then attack him with. You mouth the words, it's the same one. Stupid. Alright, I've succeeded. So if you pass, the light dims, bending to your will, and with a flick of your wrist, Eldritch energy blasts towards your foe. He takes damage equal to the spell's damage plus your test result. So 5 damage. Excellent. And then I take a face-down horror. I'm going crazy, people. Alright, your attacker collapses onto the floor. As he falls, something clatters from his stubby, webbed fingers. Place the Cult Sigil unique item in the Deep One hybrid space. Of course, it doesn't give it to me. It makes me pick it up. Alright, that is also evidence. Okay, well, that's it for my turn. Trevor. Time to run away from this mob, huh?
Yeah, but first, I'm leaving the present.
So, you only have 1 action. So if you leave a present, you are done.
So, I've got to leave it in the same place with me and hope that I'm not part of that.
Or you could throw it to... Do you want to throw it in your space or 2 spaces away?
Well, isn't the mob in my space?
Yeah, but they're going to move. I don't know if they're going to move before or after this blows up.
Let's go ahead and just run on my phone. Now.
Okay. Sounds good.
You got me double guessing my bringing dynamite to this fight.
Okay. Alright, so where are you going with your evasion? To the snack shack?
I'm surrounded.
You're right here. The mob's going this way. So you want to go this way.
Okay, so yeah, I want to go to the west.
Okay. Alright, so you have to do an evade check. So you sprint through the heart of the tumult, spinning and whirling like a footballer. So for 3 face-down damage, agility -1 negates. I got you 1 success, but you can re-roll. I got you a clue, but you have no clues. So you take 2 face-down damage. And then if you suffer 2 or more damage, a stray fist catches you directly on the temple and your vision swims. Flip 2 damage face up. So exhaustion, when you gain a condition, discard a clue. And feeble, you cannot move a barricade. And then are you going into the snack shack or just into towards the end of the pier?
I'm gonna pick up a snack at whatever they deem as snacks.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright. That's it for us. So the fire spreads out of control. Oh yeah, you should have taken a damage from fire too, Trevor. Here you go. So, place fire in a space adjacent to a space containing fire. I guess we'll put it towards...
Am I dead yet?
Now you have 5 out of 7 damage. Alright, the cobblestones underfoot are rounded and uneven from time's passage or perhaps malicious assemblage. This mythos event affects the investigator in an alley or street with the lowest observation. That is Christian. You stumble over an errant stone. Agility of 2. You got 1 success and 3 clues. Do you want to reroll since you have Becky that got robbed from you last?
It did rob me of Becky last turn, so yes.
Alright, it was a whiff. Do you want to spend that clue to get your success?
Yes, I would like the success.
So you suffer 1 face down damage because you fall to your knees without major harm. Okay, a few members of the mob begin singing a horrid croaking melody, and in response the sea begins to sing along. The inhuman notes echo through the alleys and streets, insinuating themselves into the minds of all who hear it. Each investigator suffers 2 face-down horror. It's going to be the end for me, boys. I have gone insane.
These things here, I don't know how, I guess you could always just like text us all and send me condition.
Yeah, that's true.
Just chances are. I'd have to ask you about anything.
That's fair. Alright. Here we go with my insane condition. Okay. Interesting. Alright. As the sounds of the song carry into the fog, a horrible fish-like creature steps out and walks onto the beach. Spawn a deep one. Well, that's fair. So, once you take your threshold of horror, you get one of these. And on the flip side, I'll show some other ones. It says different things like, you do not win the game as normal. Instead, you win only if the investigation is complete and you have 1 or more bladed weapons or light sources. So it basically alters your win condition. Some of them don't do anything at all, which is just funny because your friends will still never trust you again. And then if you take more horror than you can handle again, that's when you are gone for good. And then everybody gets 1 last turn to win. Alright, where's this deep one? There we go. Man, Lily Chen is in a bad spot. Okay, the Innsmouth mob moves 2 spaces towards the rental dock. I believe they catch fire in both those spaces, so I'm definitely marking 2 damage off on them. The locals' wet, unblinking eyes are ever watchful for the intruders. Each investigator who shared a space takes damage, becomes stunned, and moves to their space. There's no investigators in their space. The deep one moves 2 spaces towards Lily Chen. And it attacks her. The deep one tackles you and begins to bellow as it viciously pummels you with heavy wet fists. Suffer 2 damage. Strength +1 negates. Alright. You have gotten 1 success. So you now have motion sickness. You cannot spend clues while resolving a strength or agility test.
This is me, right?
No, that was Trevor.
Oh, it's Trevor.
So you have to do a horror check now, though, Christian. You recognize faces within the mob, good, honest, ordinary people you saw just the other day. People who once smiled to see you now seem out of their minds with rage. How could such evil lurk in the hearts of common people? Suffer 3 face-down horror. Will negates. Alright, you got 2 fails and 1 clue. Do you want to spend that clue?
Yes.
Okay. And Trevor has to do a horror against the deep one. The deep one opens its mouth and a choking wet song emerges from its throat. It is no human sound, but you feel the creature's yearning, fear, and hate in every note. Suffer 2 horror. Will negates. Alright, he takes 1 horror. Weak-willed, become mesmerized, then flip face down. Alright. So I motion that we take 1 last investigation phase and then give ourselves up to the Innsmouth mob. Not because I think we're going to lose, because that would never happen. Just because it is almost 9 o'clock. So, all right, I'm signaling the radio for you, Christian. The radio crackles with static. Then you hear a voice. This is the captain of the Lively. I am currently moored in the bay by Innsmouth. Is anyone there? I'm going to say, can you pick us up? Craven, is that you? The captain must have been expecting someone else. You tell him your situation. Not sure if I want to take on unknown passengers in the middle of the night. How do I know I can trust you? Influence. I have rolled 0 successes. Sorry, I try not to make a habit of taking on random passengers from Innsmouth. Alright, well, just for the lulz, I'm going to attempt to open my puzzle box for my last action. And I can showcase some of this sweet unblock me. So basically in this game, sometimes you do puzzles and sometimes you basically just have to play unblock me. So, I get 4 moves for this. You get moves equal to the skill that's associated with the puzzle, which I'm pretty sure is always observation. I don't think I've ever seen one that isn't. Okay. So, I'm gonna go boom, boom. Oh, I think I messed up already.
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I think this one is just super tough.
Yeah, you guys, this is
Boom.
because
Boom.
main block over.
So that's it for me. But let's pretend I had another action just so that we can show. I gotta do this one, you're saying? And this would have taken like 1 billion moves. I don't even know at this point. Anyway, this is very much cheating. You don't get to take this many moves. What am I missing?
Change this one up hard.
Yeah, I wish I could reset. I've only done 27 moves, don't worry.
Oh wait.
What's up?
No, so take the one to your left, all the way to the left down again. Oh, you're lagging way. There you go.
I did it eventually. It only took 42 moves. Normally you think a lot more about that in this game, but for the sake of time. Alright, I would have gotten old keys, forensic evidence, and a clue. So,
you could open up the light.
the tower, yeah. Anyway, alright. Well, do you want to talk to your old man, Christian, or do you want to just end it?
No, we can just end it. That's fine.
Trevor, did you want to punch out a deep one, or do you want to end it? I'm gonna vote that he wants to end it. Alright, well, thanks for playing, guys. Sorry that this scenario continues to elude us for victory. But, yeah, once again, this was Mansions of Madness, 2nd edition from Fantasy Flight. Oof, crushed the mob with the box. There we go. I don't know how to show this. Mansions of Madness, 2nd edition. It's a really great solo game and co-op game, especially when you're quarantined inside all day. So,
Bye.
good night, everyone.